Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Mili, a movie about an Indian girl who, I think she's Indian. Yeah, it's Netflix India. Who gets trapped in a walk-in freezer and either dies or nearly dies. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I can't find any damn trailers this time of year. So this will probably be my only trailer video today. I'm going to have to do something else. Anyhow, Millie is, I don't know, she's going to go to Canada to become a doctor or something. But in the meantime, she's working in what looks like a knockoff of Dunkin' Donuts called Dune's Kitchen. And this is inspired by true events, so I guess it happened. And she gets trapped in the freezer. And it keeps getting colder and colder for some reason. I don't know, like overnight, I guess it gets colder. And for some reason, she didn't have her phone going into the kitchen, and now she's trapped, and for some reason, nobody knows she's there. And so her whole family's looking for her. Her boyfriend gets accused of killing her, and then it's a drama. They keep cutting back to her in the freezer dying. Sounds like a terrible movie. No offense, India. Jeez, that sounds awful. I don't want to watch this. Oh God. Boney Kapoor's, what a name, Boney Kapoor. Millie, did she die? I assume this is on Netflix soon or now. Oh, her will to survive or the odds against her, who will win? Well, if you have any common sense, she'll win. Watch the gripping story of Millie Naudda, now streaming only on Netflix. Nah, I don't think I will. I mean, Netflix usually picks up a lot of cool foreign movies. This does, I don't know, it just... Now, maybe it's because I'm in America and, like, this stuff just doesn't happen here. It takes a lot. You have to get locked in a old place. I mean, it has to be like a perfect storm for it to happen here now. Here she is trying to break out. Here she is trying to use her womanly strength to smash the door. Good luck with that. You see those things behind you? If you smash them, it might not be so cold. But yeah, she's locked in a freezer and no one comes to find her, I guess. I don't know how many days she spends there. Would be tough. Looks like at least she has food. There's even a scene where she gets a rat crawls across her. How did a rat get in? How did the rat get inside the freezer? I don't know. This is India. I don't know if your codes are up to snuff. I know that in America, I'm pretty sure the codes are such that you can't get locked in the freezer anymore. Like they put a safety handle in. There's like no way that happens again unless it's a really old freezer. You're like in some, I don't know, restaurant, vintage place. You get shut in. And it would only probably be for the night in America, right? Unless people were gone for the weekend. I mean, this is like, to me, it looks like a Dunkin' Donuts. And I suspect that's what it is in real life. But they changed it for the movie. I can't imagine a Dunkin' Donuts allowing this to happen. But I suppose it's possible. In India, the codes are different. And I'm sure at the end of this movie, it's like, well, after Millie was rescued, and I assume she was rescued, or else, I mean, who would watch the movie if at the end of this movie they just find her dead? That would be horribly depressing. You want an inspirational ending, they find her alive. So the first act is Millie and her life, and she lives with her dad, and she's going to go to school in Canada, and she has a boyfriend. I'm not sure how he figures into the picture. And the dad's saying, oh, I'm going to miss you when you go to Canada. And then she goes to work. And she gets locked in the freezer. And that's the first act. Second act, she tries everything to get out of the freezer. It doesn't work. People start missing her. Her boyfriend is accused. And then I guess the drama is, will they find her or will they keep accusing the boyfriend pointlessly? Like, do people not know she has a job? Like, wouldn't that be the first place they would check for her? Well, we have to check out where she was. Okay, let's go to the job. And I gotta think, even in India, you'd have video cameras. So the first thing the cops would do would be to get the cameras and look at the security footage and go, oh my God, she went into the freezer and never came out. Open the damn freezer. I mean, maybe that eventually happens in the movie. It sounds like, I mean, I don't mean to, I'm sure this actually happened. It says based on true events, but, you know, it's a little, it's like blowing a thing out of proportion, you know? I mean, I'm sure it was very dramatic for her. I kind of can't relate to it. Never been in that position. And it's not like, I don't know, it's not like falling into a well or something. You know what I mean? It's like, it's different. She has food. You know, if she could break the freezer mechanisms, it probably wouldn't even be cold there anymore. I mean, wouldn't there be switches in there to turn it off? Or she could even unplug it? I don't know. It, you know. And also, too, if you were working in a place like that, I'm sure everybody would be like, oh, whatever you do, don't get shut into the freezer. You get locked in there. If it's one of those places. That certainly would be the case in America, where it would be like, oh, yeah, all right, we got an old freezer. Don't let yourself get locked in there. So, yeah. So I just don't see, they shouldn't have made this movie. This is not a movie you make. For 2 hours, 90 minutes or whatever, you see a drama about a woman getting trapped in a freezer. I'm not really digging it. I mean, what are you going to learn? You know? Like, what is the journey here? I'll always make sure to not go into freezers. I don't really see much of the whole premise. Just probably shouldn't have greenlit this thing. I guess it was a hot news story in India, and that's probably why. Maybe this is big in India. Some of my Indian fans, can you tell me, was this like a huge news story? Did she get all kinds of frostbite and lose fingers or something? I'm sure that's possible. I mean, if she was in there long enough, I guess. Again, I don't mean to make a joke at the expense of a woman who was probably at least injured in the event, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like enough for a movie, you know. Maybe an episode of a TV show, that I could see, but not a movie. I don't know, Netflix. Yeah, it looks like you made this one, not that you picked this one. You actually made it. So it is in one of the Indian languages, I'll say. I'm going to guess Hindi, but I don't know. And so if you want to see it and you have a VPN, I guess you could just switch over to Netflix India and go watch it there. I don't think it's in my queue on Netflix, and if it is, I'm not going to watch it. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next video. If you have any suggestions, write them in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one.